How you guys doing out there? My name is Stan Banks from T-Shirt Site, also, and I help people start T-shirt businesses from home. Where you at? And today, I'm here with another person who probably don't need an introduction, but in case you don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm here with my guy, Reyes, the entrepreneur.
Yo, what's up?
Tell them about your channel and what they can find on your channel.
Yo, so you know how Stan teaches you how to make money with T-shirts? I help you lose money with all the side hustles I got. Hey, I'm just playing. So what I do is I teach people how to start different types of businesses by me actually doing it. I've done vending, eBay, shirts, and so many other things. So if you need new, fresh ideas of what you could do for side money, check me out, Reyes Entrepreneur. Hey, Stan, hey, man. Finally, we get to hang out, bro. It's been a cool minute.
Man. And it's crazy because whenever people talk about you and me, or like mention it, first off, they were hounding me about this interview.
Oh, man.
You didn't show up to Long Beach on me. Yeah. And I got Brando, I got Sin, I got Ride Beats. I went, we just kind of had a content field day. You weren't there. Unfortunately, so I was getting like all types of like, almost hate messages like, how you don't have Reyes on the channel yet? I'm just like, oh man, it'll come, and finally it happened for us. So
here we are.
You know, we started YouTube around the same time. And we were both doing kind of the same thing. I know you had kind of started before, and people don't even know I had a channel before that, and I kind of talked about snakes on that channel. And I know you were doing some other things, but officially we kind of like started our T-shirt journey on YouTube around the same time. And I always tell people the story about, you know, me buying the first shirt you put out. Right?
Hey, look, I still remember that. You bought the CCR one. And then he hits me up and says, hey, bro, what vinyl is this? I'm like, scissor? He goes, this ain't scissor. And I didn't respond back.
No question.
But hey, the love was real, Stan. The love was real, man.
I find like, you know, that as we progress in our journey, we also got to encourage people. So I bought the shirt and was like, hey man, just keep going. The world needs people like us. But so since you had that T-shirt business, and I'm strictly about T-shirts, what was your overall experience with the T-shirt business?
It's a good way of making side money and even a full-time income. It is an investment. There is that learning curve, and you do gotta put in those hours. But it was good, man. It fed my family for almost 6 months. That's full time.
That's definitely how I agree. And you know, it's like when you got all these things, you know, you had jobs, and I had jobs and different things like that. Well, I only had one job, but I had a lot of hustles. But T-shirts was kind of like the one thing that I didn't always have to promote. People were coming looking to give me work, basically to hand me their money. And I learned that throughout that process, it's just like, it was just an easy business to start. And that's why I kind of started to share it. Now, what about you?
Same thing. I was trying to find ways of making money. Went on YouTube, took a couple classes at YouTube University, and I just started making my own shirts, buying equipment little by little, and that's how I got started.
So when you were at YouTube University, who were some of the people you watched?
Cat Spit Production, you know that guy?
Yep.
He's an OG. T-shirt Rich.
T-shirt Riches, my man Gary.
Original Heat Press. You know what I mean? Ryonet. You know, of course, there's a lot of new blood out there.
Definitely.
But those were the OGs that really inspired me. Not to do what they did, which was screen printing and this and that, but just to get out there because there is money out there with T-shirts.
Yeah, definitely. And I watched some of those same people, and I just felt like, for me, it was like I could feel a void in some of the information that I was dying to find that wasn't out there, mainly and specifically pricing. That was like the hardest thing to figure out. And how did you kind of like figure out where you should be priced at?
You know what? I started low. I started making shirts for like $12, pretty much breaking even, maybe even losing money sometimes.
Right.
But one thing about business is when you start getting more orders, you have to raise your prices. So I went from 12 to 15, 15 to 17, 17 to 20, 20 to 23. And I ended at $25 a custom shirt. But I had built my own customer base where, yes, I was not losing business, but there was a lot of people who were like, nah, you charge too much. But the people who were willing to pay, they were happy customers, loyal customers, and I made good profit.
What I find about raising your price over time is that kind of like you might be super busy in the beginning at that $12 price. But when you get to the 25, you might have like half the business, but you end up making more money and kind of like less stress, really.
Less stress, you have more free time, and you enjoy your customers.
Right.
Because if they keep coming back, they like your customer service, they like your products, And that's the goal right there. Having great customers and free time.
No question. So throughout that journey of starting that business, what did you find to be the biggest challenge?
Growing. The very first challenge is dealing with all the competition out there. You know, how do you make yourself stand out from the rest of the people? And I found my own ways. For example, first of all, delivering great customer service and building a relationship with your customers.
Definitely.
And honestly, upgrading my products. For example, a lot of people start out with the Gildan shirts, which is fine. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I knew if I wanted a better clientele, I better start producing better quality shirts. And that's when I upgraded to the next level, 3600. And yes, they were pricier, but my customers were paying $25 for that quality. Definitely. And that's what made me different.
That's definitely a huge point. Like, you got to start with where you are, what you have, and what you know, right? And then as you go along the journey, you learn and you learn and learn. And so what advice would you give someone starting out right now, kind of like, I don't even know if we mid-pandemic, towards the end of the pandemic, but what advice would you give someone starting a t-shirt business right now?
Here's the thing. You have to enjoy it. If you're hating the t-shirt business, it might not be for you, because let me tell you, it doesn't get better. Right. You're only going to have more demanding customers. You're only going to encounter more headaches. But if you like making shirts, you like making people's day with your custom shirts, it might be for you. So, of course, stick to it. That's the main thing. I know we're going through a lot of stuff right now. It's going to get better. I promise you. Just stick to it. And learn more things. Because when I first started, I started with decals.
Oh, yeah.
And then HTV, heat transfer vinyl. And then, but my business really didn't take off till I started doing screen printing.
Drop that cost down a little bit.
Drop that cost down, be able to offer 50 shirts. One of my biggest things was 50 shirts for $5 each, small 2XL. Sure, I wasn't making a lot of profit, but it brought me new customers.
Right. Once you get those people in the door, you deliver a great experience. Then from that point on, you're able to kind of build and build.
Yes.
And then those people also become your marketers if you deliver a great experience.
Another thing I found that really helped me out was finding my niche, which was sports moms. Meaning, in my town, there's a lot of people who put their kids in soccer, baseball, football. And of course, I could have done car clubs, churches, schools. But what I figured out for myself, sports moms, if they have money to put their kid in sports,
they got money for them shirts.
They got money to spend on a $25 shirt, some glitter, and number in the back, boom. And I love those customers. That's one thing. You have to love the customers you do business with. Because that love, they're going to see that love. They're going to give it back. And just how you said, I made a shirt for sports moms. She loved it. She's going to go tell all her homies about it. And that's how I grew my business.
Definitely, that's one of the hugest things, man. Understanding your customer base, understanding your niche. And I wrote the book, Niches Bring Riches. And I wholeheartedly believe in it. And it makes it very, very simple. Your niche could be like t-shirt moms. It could be estate. It could be whatever you want it to be. But my thing was always about doing it around something that you care about.
Yes.
Because then it won't so much feel like work or the hassle or anything like that. So that's kind of like the main point. It's like point blank period. Find a niche, iron down, and then as you perfect the business, you can kind of branch out. So you said a few good things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You told us what your challenge was. So why did you end up getting out of the t-shirt business?
You know what, man? I was charging $25 per shirt. I was doing a lot of screen printing jobs. Here's one thing a lot of people don't realize. The more orders you have, the more hours you have to put in. I was busting 12 to 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. I had a family, a newborn, and man, I was getting the arthritis in my hand, just screen printing all day. And honestly, I felt like I reached a cap.
Right.
Because I was making about $5,000-$6,000 a month on sales, screen printing, and doing my whole t-shirt from a bedroom. You know what I mean? So if I wanted to grow the business, I knew I needed to rent a spot, invest in better equipment. And honestly, I didn't want to go through that. I felt like, you know what? Let me jump into something else that not only do I have a passion for, which is teaching, it will give me more free time.
Right.
That's what I really wanted. More free time, but still make more money. And I was thinking, what can I do? Well, I like teaching. I like YouTube. Let me do that. And I've been doing that for 5 years so far. And I love it, man. I make videos. I don't got a screen print no more, you know. But it still work. I don't want to make it sound like YouTube solved all my problems. Anything you want to do, it still work. But now, it doesn't feel like work to me.
Right, right. So when I started YouTube, I really was after the impact that I could have on people's lives. And I didn't make money for like the first 2 years. How long did it take you to make money?
Oh, bro, it took 2.5 years, man. But 2.5 years grinding on YouTube and still having a day job. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was tough. It's not for everybody. But just like you, I did it to spread that free 99 knowledge and help people out.
I tell people, like, if you don't have the willpower to get into YouTube and put out a video a week for the next 5 years, just don't even get started.
Here's the thing, a lot of people, man, I don't want to break too many hearts, but a lot of people feel like they want the results tomorrow. They're going to do 5, 6 videos, boom. They're going to have the subscribers, the views. Nah. But hey, that's you trying it out. If something doesn't work for you or you're not enjoying it, at least you tried and go try something else. But no, whatever you want to do, be ready to put in years of work if you're lucky. You know, because I'm sure there's some people out there that spent more years and haven't got the results they wanted.
Most definitely. I feel like the key to YouTube is consistency.
That's the key to anything.
Right.
You want to be the best at anything. Stick to it. Learn. Get that experience. Because you know the main reason most people fail at something is because they give up too soon. I could have gave up 6 months, a year, 2 years after I started, but now I'm like, I'm gonna put in the time and work into it. And it worked, man, it worked.
So I said we started YouTube right at about the same time.
Yeah.
And then I took a little break. Life hit me and I kind of fell back. I think I pulled all of my videos down. I come back and Reyes just blew up.
Nah. You know, but here's the thing. You stuck to one niche, which is a t-shirt, which is great. That's how I started. But me, I love trying different things. So the reason I got more subscribers was because I just tapped into different niches.
Right. And that was my question for you. At what point, what made you make that? I think I had to even give you a call because I was at that point, like, I'm at a bridge. I'm at this place where it's like, I don't really need to make more t-shirt videos.
Yeah.
So what direction do I go? Now I'm a hustler. I've done a lot of different hustles over the years and different things. I thought about branching out, and then I didn't. But what made you make that decision? And at what point do you feel like, all right, this was a good decision to make? I blew up because I know you had to piss a lot of people off, man. They put you in a box and they don't want you to go anywhere else.
Oh man, when I told people, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna make any more shirt videos. Oh, Reyes, I'm unsubscribed. Oh, Reyes, you ain't gonna get nowhere. All that kind of stuff. But here's the thing. Me, I'm a big believer. Do what you love.
Yes.
And the money will follow. So the t-shirt business was great, but I felt like I had already done everything I could at that moment with t-shirts. And I wanted to try something new. I wanted to figure out a new business. And that's when I jumped into a new business. Luckily, I tried a few. One really took off, the vending machines. I tried a vending machine business. My second video went viral.
And then you did some crazy stuff, like made a video about how much money you made off a viral video, and then made money off of that video I know that was like a whole thing. How did that work out?
Oh, it was horrible. People hated it. They're like, Reyes, you're just making content just to make content. And I was. So I got the vending machine video went viral. So then I made a video of how much YouTube paid me for a 1 million viewed video.
Right.
And that video went viral. So then I made another video of how much YouTube paid me for a video of how much, it
just went on.
I stopped it like after the third time. People were like, Reyes, stop. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So what advice would you give someone trying to start YouTube?
Honestly, get started.
Yes.
And here's the thing I hear all the time. Reyes, what camera should I get? Reyes, what editing software should I get? Reyes, I don't have time for this and that. Here's the thing. You don't have a phone? You can't take a 5-minute video of whatever you want and post it on YouTube? You don't need the editing software. Here's the thing. The editing software, the type of camera, doesn't grow your YouTube. It's what you talk about. Content. It's your content. Yes. It's your personality. And that's free to anybody. And just get started, stick to it, try as many different ideas as you can. Because when you first start, it doesn't matter what you put out. But once you find that thing, like for me, it was t-shirts. That gave me my first real bump, and I stuck to t-shirts. But then at one point, I just had to follow what I felt was right, and I chose different businesses, but I stuck with entrepreneurship. That's my main niche, entrepreneurship.
Everybody like gets on me because I tell them I never, like, I was a photographer. I have DSLRs. I could have filmed with professional cameras, but I felt like, I did everything I got into this far has been off the iPhone. They're like, well, you got, and I started with like the iPhone 5, and then I upgraded to like the 7, and then I had the 10, and now I got the 11. So now all I do is kind of update my phone and try to make sure that that's the best camera available at the time. But, everything that I've built has literally been off of a cell phone. And like you said, the content is the true thing. If you have a passion about what you're talking about, it's going to come through. And you're not going to be perfect. You don't have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. You're not going to start off perfect. And you can kind of, just learn and become a person. I didn't always have an intro. I didn't always say, how you doing? I'm staying based from T-shirt size. I used to say happy printing. Right? Because I used to think that was the right thing to say. And in the midst of making all this content, I really found out who I was and was able to become myself. So is there anything else you want to lead the people out there?
Yeah. A lot of people feel like they have to continue with what they started with, as in content. No, you could change your content. You could grow. You could go a different direction. It's your channel. You have full control over it. But if you're looking at this video and you're thinking, dang, I want to make YouTube videos, you should have started yesterday. Don't wait for you to get the new thing. Don't wait to get the best advice. You should have started yesterday. And if you still, I'm telling you, you should have started yesterday. And if you're still coming at me and saying, but Reyes, what should I get? But Reyes, what's the best lighting? You're missing the point, and I'm not even going to respond to your messages. But I love you, though, right?
Right. Yeah, man, we get all of these comments. We get bombarded with all this stuff. But at the end of the day, man, it really doesn't matter how you start. It's just more important that you just get started.
And this isn't just YouTube advice. It's life advice. Whatever you want to do, it's better to just get started and get that experience.
On the job training.
Exactly. That's the way, honestly. There's so many different ways of learning. That's the best way I learn. Just throw me to the lions, I'll survive. You know what I mean?
You definitely have the right to change your mind, which is one of the points that you made. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Down in the comments below, let us know what you thought about this content. Let us know what you feel about some of the points. Let us know what you feel you need to get started, or what's holding you back from getting started. That's a good question that you guys should answer. Reyes, one more time, let the people know where they can find you.
Hey, you want some more free 99 knowledge about a lot of different hustles? Reyes Entrepreneur on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Go give me a follow. Send me a message. But don't ask me how to get started, because I already told you.
All right, guys, this has been your boy Stan Banks from T-Shirt Side Hustle, here with Reyes the Entrepreneur. Peace.